In a world full of distractions, focusing on yourself has become one of the most powerful and rare skills you can develop. Everywhere you look, there is noise. Opinions, expectations, comparisons, and endless demands for your attention. But Stoicism teaches a simple and life-changing truth: your peace begins the moment you turn your focus inward. When you stop chasing validation from the outside world, you begin to build something far more powerful within yourself. This is where real mental strength is born. Most people spend their lives watching others. They compare, they compete, they seek approval, and they lose themselves in the process. But the Stoic path is different. It calls you back to yourself. It reminds you that your thoughts, your actions, and your discipline are the only things truly within your control. When you understand this, your mind becomes clearer. You stop wasting energy on things you cannot change and start investing in what truly matters. Focusing on yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. You cannot build a strong mind if your attention is constantly scattered. Every moment you spend worrying about what others are doing is a moment taken away from your own growth. Stoicism teaches that your life improves the moment your focus becomes intentional. You begin to ask better questions. You begin to make better decisions. And slowly your life starts to reflect your discipline. Inner peace is not something you find in the outside world. It is something you create within. Many people search for peace in success, relationships, or material things, only to find that it never lasts. The Stoics understood that peace comes from mastering your thoughts. When you learn to observe your mind without being controlled by it, you gain a level of calm that cannot be shaken by external events. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is understanding what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control other people's opinions, actions, or judgments. But you can control how you respond. When you truly accept this, something changes inside you. You stop reacting to everything. You stop taking things personally. You begin to move through life with calm confidence. Mental strength is built through discipline, not comfort. Every time you choose to focus on your growth instead of distractions, you strengthen your mind. Every time you resist the urge to compare yourself to others, you build self-respect. This discipline may feel difficult at first, but over time, it becomes your greatest advantage. There will always be distractions trying to pull you away from your path. Social media, opinions, drama, and unnecessary noise will constantly compete for your attention. But the Stoic mindset teaches you to protect your focus. Your attention is valuable. Where you direct it will shape your life. When you guard your focus, you guard your future. Another important lesson is learning to detach from outcomes. Many people lose their peace because they become attached to results they cannot control. They worry about success, fear failure, and become trapped in anxiety. But Stoicism teaches you to focus on effort, not outcome. When you give your best effort and let go of the result, you free your mind from unnecessary stress. Focusing on yourself also means taking responsibility for your life. It means no longer blaming others, circumstances, or situations for where you are. This is not easy, but it is powerful. The moment you take full responsibility, you gain full control. You realize that your choices shape your future, and this realization changes everything. Your growth will often be quiet. While others seek attention and recognition, you will be working in silence. This is the Stoic way. True strength does not need to announce itself. It is built daily through discipline, consistency, and self-awareness. Over time, your results will speak louder than words ever could. There will be moments when focusing on yourself feels lonely. You may feel disconnected from the noise around you. But this is not a weakness. It is a sign that you are evolving. You are no longer controlled by external validation. You are building something deeper, something more meaningful. One of the greatest benefits of this mindset is clarity. When you stop comparing yourself to others and focus on your own journey, your path becomes clearer. You know what matters to you. You know where you are going. And most importantly, you know who you are becoming. Emotional control is another key part of Stoic philosophy. When you focus on yourself, you become more aware of your emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, you begin to respond with intention. You understand your triggers, your patterns, and your habits. This awareness gives you power. It allows you to act wisely instead of reacting emotionally. The world will always have opinions about how you should live your life. Some will support you, others will doubt you. But when you focus on yourself, these opinions lose their power. You no longer live to please others. You live according to your values. This is where true confidence comes from. Consistency is what turns this philosophy into results. It is not about one day of focus or one moment of discipline. It is about showing up every day and choosing yourself. Choosing your growth, your peace, and your purpose. Over time, these small daily choices create a powerful transformation. Another important truth is that your mind becomes stronger when it is not constantly distracted. When you reduce noise and focus inward, your thinking becomes sharper. Your decisions become clearer. You begin to see opportunities that others miss because your mind is no longer overwhelmed. Focusing on yourself also improves your relationships. When you are calm, disciplined, and self-aware, you bring a different energy into your interactions. You are no longer reactive or dependent on others for validation. You become someone who adds value instead of seeking it. The Stoic path is not about perfection. It is about progress. There will be days when you lose focus, when emotions take over, or when distractions pull you away. But what matters is that you return to yourself. You remind yourself of what truly matters and continue moving forward. As you continue on this journey, you will notice a shift in how you see the world. Problems that once felt overwhelming will begin to feel manageable. Situations that once triggered strong emotions will no longer have the same effect. This is the result of inner strength. Your life becomes more intentional when you focus on yourself. You stop drifting and start directing your path. You make decisions based on purpose, not impulse. You build a life that reflects your values, not other people's expectations. If you want to develop deeper inner peace, stronger mental discipline, and a focused mind that cannot be easily distracted, then this is the path for you. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can transform the way you think, act, and live. The moment you decide to focus on yourself, your life begins to change in a powerful and quiet way. In a world filled with distractions, noise, and constant comparison, choosing yourself is an act of strength. Stoicism teaches that your peace does not come from controlling the world around you, but from mastering the world within you. When your focus turns inward, you stop chasing everything and start building something real. Most people are trapped in a cycle of comparison. They look at others and feel behind, not realizing they are measuring their life against illusions. The Stoic path breaks this cycle. It reminds you that your journey is yours alone. When you stop watching others and start working on yourself, your energy becomes focused, your mind becomes clearer, and your progress becomes unstoppable. Focusing on yourself is not about ignoring the world. It is about understanding your priorities. It is about knowing what deserves your attention and what does not. Stoicism teaches that your attention is your greatest asset. Wherever you direct it, that is where your life will grow. When you direct it toward discipline, growth, and self-awareness, everything begins to align. Inner peace is not something you find outside. It is something you create within your mind. Many people search for peace in success, relationships, or material things, but they often feel empty even after achieving them. The Stoics understood that peace comes from control over your thoughts. When your mind is calm, the outside world loses its power to disturb you. One of the most powerful Stoic ideas is learning to separate what you can control from what you cannot. You cannot control opinions, outcomes, or other people's actions. But you can control your thoughts, your choices, and your reactions. When you truly accept this, your stress begins to fade. You stop fighting battles you were never meant to win. Mental strength is built in silence. It is built in the moments when you choose discipline over distraction. Every time you resist the urge to compare yourself to others, you grow stronger. Every time you stay focused on your goals while others are distracted, you move ahead. This quiet discipline is what creates powerful results over time. There will always be distractions trying to pull you away from your path. The world is designed to capture your attention and keep you unfocused. But Stoicism teaches you to protect your mind. When you guard your focus, you protect your future. You become intentional with your time, your energy, and your actions. Focusing on yourself also means taking full responsibility for your life. It means no longer blaming circumstances or waiting for the perfect moment. The Stoics believe that power comes from ownership. When you take responsibility for your actions, you gain the ability to change your life. This is where true transformation begins. Another powerful lesson is letting go of the need for approval. Many people live their lives trying to be accepted by others. They change themselves to fit expectations and lose their identity in the process. But when you focus on yourself, you stop seeking validation. You begin to live according to your values, not other people's opinions. There is a deep strength in being comfortable with your own path. When you are focused on yourself, you are not distracted by what others are doing. You are not rushing because someone else is ahead. You move at your own pace with confidence and clarity. This calm confidence is one of the greatest signs of inner strength. Your thoughts shape your reality. Stoicism teaches you to observe your thoughts without being controlled by them. When you become aware of your thinking patterns, you gain control over your emotions. This awareness allows you to respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. Discipline becomes your greatest tool on this journey. It is what keeps you focused when motivation fades. It is what keeps you moving forward when things become difficult. Every small act of discipline strengthens your mind and builds your character. Focusing on yourself also improves the quality of your life. When you invest in your growth, your skills, and your mindset, you naturally begin to create better opportunities. You become more confident, more capable, and more resilient. This transformation attracts positive outcomes without you chasing them. There will be moments when this path feels challenging. You may feel alone as you distance yourself from distractions and negativity. But this is part of the process. Growth often requires separation from what no longer serves you. The Stoics understood that discomfort is often a sign of progress. Your energy becomes more valuable when you stop wasting it. Instead of arguing, comparing, or seeking approval, you use that energy to improve yourself. You read, you learn, you reflect, and you grow. Over time, this focused energy creates a powerful difference in your life. Clarity is one of the greatest rewards of focusing on yourself. When your mind is not filled with noise, you begin to see things clearly. Your decisions become better. Your goals become sharper. You know exactly what you want and what you need to do to achieve it. Emotional control is another key benefit. When you are focused on yourself, you are less affected by external events. You do not react to every situation. You remain calm, composed, and in control. This emotional stability is a sign of true strength. The Stoic path is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about becoming better each day, even if only by a small amount. When you stay consistent, these small improvements add up to a powerful transformation. Your life begins to change when your focus becomes intentional. You stop living on autopilot and start making conscious decisions. You build habits that support your growth. You create a life that reflects your values and your purpose. When you focus on yourself, you also become more present. You are no longer lost in comparison or distraction. You are fully engaged in your own journey. This presence brings a sense of calm and fulfillment that cannot be found elsewhere. If this message speaks to you and you are ready to build inner peace, mental strength, and a focused mind, then this is your path. Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that can guide you toward a better and more disciplined life. Subscribe to this channel to continue your journey of self-mastery, focus, and inner strength. Join a community that is committed to growth, discipline, and clarity. Stay connected for more powerful insights and practical lessons that will help you take control of your mind and create a life of peace, strength, and purpose.